In the last 4 videos, we have completed the exploration of the first 16 of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha with the help of their corresponding Dhyana Shlokas from Mudgala Purana and Sri Tattvanidhi. In today's video, we'll move on to the fifth set of 4 forms, which are Ekakshara Ganapati, Vara Ganapati, Triakshara Ganapati and Kshipra Prasada Ganapati. As usual, we'll understand the characteristics of each of these forms, the benefits of worshipping them, and the shlokas used to worship them. You can click on these timestamps to skip or rewatch specific segments of this video. Ekakshara Ganapati, which is the 17th form of Lord Ganesha, is associated with the Ekaksharam or the sound Om. The worship of this form of Ganesha is said to present the sadhakas with a joyful state of being and bestow upon them the transcendental knowledge of the universe. The Dhyana Shloka corresponding to Ekakshara Ganapati is as follows.
Rakto Raktanga Raganshuka Kusumayutas Tundilas Chandra Maulihi Netrair Yuktas Tribhir Vamana Karacharano Bija Puran Dadhanaha Hastagra Klipta Pashankusha Radavarado Naga Vaktrohi Bhusho Devaf Padmasanastho Bhavatu Sukhakaro Bhutaye Vighna Rajaha.
The meaning of this shloka is Raktaha, the Lord who is of a reddish hue, Raktanga Raga Anshuka, who is clad in red-colored garments, Kusumayutaha, who is adorned in flowers, Tundilaha, who has a large belly, Chandra Maulihi, the one who has the crescent moon on top of his crown, Tribhihi Netraihi Yuktaha, the one who has 3 eyes, Vamana Karacharanaha, who has short hands and feet, Naga Vaktraha hi Bhushaha, the one who has ornamented elongated trunk, Padmasanasthaha, the one who is seated in Padmasana, Devaha, that Lord, Vighna Rajaha, who rules over obstacles, Dadhanaha, who holds, Bija Puram, a pomegranate, Hastagra Akripta, who wields in his hands, Pasha, a binding rope, Ankusha, a controlling goad, Radaha, his own tusk, and Varadaha, a boon-providing gesture, Bhavatu, may he be, Sukhakaraha, the one who bestows joyfulness, Bhutaye, to my existence. Ekakshara Ganapati is said to be of Rakta Varnaha or a reddish hue and is associated with the Uttara Phalguni Nakshatram. Vara Ganapati is a form of Lord Ganesha who grants boons to his devotees. He is the 18th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. He is associated with the Hasta Nakshatram and is said to be of Sindura Varnaha or a bright reddish hue. The Dhyana Shloka corresponding to Vara Ganapati is as follows.
Sindurabhamibhananam Trinayanam Hastecha Pashankushau Bibhranam Madhumat Kapala Manisham Sadhvindu Maulim Bhaje Pushtyaashlishtatanum Dhvajagra Karaya Padmolasad Hastaya Tadyonyahita Pani Matta Vasumat Patrolasat Pushkaram.
The meaning of this shloka is Bhaje, I worship, Sindurabham, the one who is of a reddish glow, Ibha Ananam, the one who has a moon-like face, Trinayanam, the one who has 3 eyes, Hastecha, and in his hands, Anisham Bibhranam, the one who always holds, Pasha, a binding rope, Ankusha, a controlling goad, Madhumat Kapalam. The word Kapalam is prominently used to mean a skull, but its literal meaning is just something that holds or contains. While certain sects of Tantra do worship Ganapati in forms which might be considered wild and deviant to the larger societal norms, but more sattvic representations depict him holding just a bowl of honey or madhu. Sadhu Indu Maulim, the one who has the pure white moon on his crown, Pushtya Ashlishta Tanum, the one whose body is intertwined with goddess Pushti, Padma Ullasat Hastaya, who has shining lotus-like palms, Dhvajagra Karaya, and who holds a flag in her hand, Atta Panim, with his hand grasped, Tat Yonyahita, around her hips, Ullasat Pushkaram, and his trunk resplendent with, Vasumat Patra, a vessel filled with jewels. We notice that while some sects worship Lord Ganesha as being a brahmachari or a celibate, some others depict him along with 1 or 2 wives. In all forms of deities, the feminine representation depicts Shakti or the energy of manifestation. While the base principle or Purusha is depicted as masculine, the means of action of that principle is represented as feminine. In the representation of Varaganapati, the feminine form or Prakriti is worshipped by the name of goddess Pushti, who represents fullness, prosperity and opulence. Triakshara Ganapati is that form of Lord Ganesha which is associated with the three primal sounds of A, U and He is the 19th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. The worship of this form is said to grant the devotees complete mastery over the material aspects of creation. The Dhyana Shloka corresponding to Triakshara Ganapati is as follows.
गजेन्द्रवदनं साक्षात् चलत्कर्णसुचामरं हेमवर्णं चतुर्बाहुं पाशाङ्कुशधरं वरं स्वदन्तं दक्षिणे हस्ते सव्ये त्वाम्रफलं तथा पुष्करे मोदकञ्चैव धारयन्तमनुस्मरेत्.
The meaning of this shloka is Sakshat Anusmaret. One should hold within one's eyes the form of Gajendra Vadanam, the one who has the face of the king of elephants, Chalat Karna Suchamaram, who has large waving fan-like ears, Hemavarnam, who is of a golden hue, Chaturbahum, who has 4 arms, Dharam, who holds, Dakshine Haste, in his right arms, Swadantam, his own tusk, Anshuka, the controlling goad, Savyetu, and in his left hands, Amraphalam, a mango, and Pasha, a binding rope, Tatha, and similarly, Dharayantam, the one who holds, Modakam, a modaka, Pushkare, in his trunk. Triakshara Ganapati is said to be of Hemavarnaha, or a golden hue, and is associated with the Chitra Nakshatram. Kshipra Prasada Ganapati is a form of Ganesha who grants quick rewards to his devotees. He is the 20th of the 32 forms of Lord Ganesha. The Dhyana Shloka corresponding to Kshipra Prasada Ganapati is as follows.
धृतपाशाङ्कुशकल्पलतास्वरदश्च बीजपूरयुतः शशिशकलकलितमौलिस्त्रिलोचनोरुणश्च गजवदनः भासुरभूषणदीप्तो बृहदुदरः पद्मविष्टरोल्लसितः विघ्नपयोधरपवनः करधृतकमलः सदास्तु मे भूत्यै.
The meaning of this shloka is Dhrita, the one who holds, Pasha, a binding rope, Ankusha, a controlling goad, Kalpalata, the wish-fulfilling creeper, Swarada, his own tusk, Cha, and Bijapura Yutaha, the one who holds a pomegranate, Shashi Shakala Kalita Maulihi, the one who has the fragment of the moon on his crown, Trilochanaha, the one who has 3 eyes, Arunaha, the one who is of a reddish hue, Gajavadanaha, the one who has an elephant-like face, Bhasura Bhushana Deeptaha, the one who is resplendent with shining ornaments, Brihadudaraha, the one who has a large belly, Padma Vishtara Ullasitaha, the one who is seated on a bed of lotus stalks, Vighna Payodhara Pavanaha, the one who is like a whirlwind that dries up the ocean of obstacles, Karadhrita Kamalaha, the one who holds a lotus in his hand, Sada Astu, may he always be, Me Bhutyai, for my well-being. Kshipra Prasada Ganapati is said to be of Aruna Varnaha, or a reddish hue, and is associated with the Swati Nakshatram. I hope that you had a clear understanding of the 5th set of 4 forms of Ganapati. In our next video, we shall do a similar exploration of the next 4 forms, which are Haridra Ganapati, Ekadanta Ganapati, Srishti Ganapati and Uddanda Ganapati. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful. Share it across with those whom you think might benefit from this. If you wish to support the production of more videos like these, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution, all through the links in the description below. Also, consider clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so that you're immediately notified of our latest updates. See you in the next video. Namaskaram.